So this will be video 8. We're going to talk a little bit more about polar rectangular coordinates, but if you want to see more detail on that, look for the polar rectangular coordinate video. We'll do more on that. So we've come up with an x and y coordinate for each phase, and we know that we sum the x's, sum the y's, then we get a sum of the x's, and we get a sum of the y's. Basically, what we're doing here is we're proving that the IA plus IB plus IC is equal to I neutral. And right here, it added up to 0, which is typically what we want to get. But basically, to convert your magnitude and your angle to the rectangular coordinate, you just enter those values in here and perform these equations here. And that's done right here to the right. X is following the x formula and the y is following the y formula. So real quickly, let's hit B phase, 100 at minus 20. So 100 and minus 120. And we come up with a minus 50 at 86.6. So we got an x and y coordinates. What does that mean? Let's just point that out. So B phase. So what it's really telling me here is if I go to the left up here on my current 50, which is about right there, and if I come down 86.6, then I'll end up right there, and that gives me that. So that now, if I use these values here, right here, and I simply put those in right here, because I'm gonna do the conversion to polar. So to get magnitude, I'm going to do the x squared plus y squared, take the square root. And for the angle, I'm going to use this formula right here in Excel called degrees a tangent to x comma y. And so if I enter the x coordinate in, which was minus 50, and the y was minus 86.6, those two equations are performed, and I get my 100 at minus 120 right here. So I can do each one of these phases here and use these values over here. There's the coordinates for A, there's the coordinates for B we just did, and there's the coordinates for C. So say real quickly, we're going to unbalance this thing. So let's just take B phase and let's use magnitude, and let's put 50 here, and let's make this minus 100. Let's do a magnitude and angle. So everything else here stayed the same. This stayed the same, and this stayed the same. And if you look over at B, you can see where we changed it, and you can also see we're not adding up to 0 here. But when we sum these together, we get the value to the right. And when we sum these together, we get that value to the right. And when we convert these to the polar values, and we can use this formula right here to do that, I can enter in the the 41.318, and right below that I'll enter in the 37.362, and you'll see what I got was my answers. So my neutral current is this one right here, and you can see it's 55, and you look at the scaling here at 42 degrees roughly. And if I extrapolate that out, you can see up here that's between 30 and 50 up there, about 42 degrees. That's what it's supposed to be. So what's happened now, this B phase, you can see it in here. Let me get my rectangle. You can see it in here. The other two stayed the same, and I added them together right here, and I get this value right here, and that's what my neutral relay sees. Hope this is helpful. Keep looking at this and look for the next video.